Bitcoin rising to $150,000 a coin.
It's going to happen in the next 6 months, and this is the golden age of digital assets. What's going to happen is we've seen the rulings come in, and we're seeing everything from the crypto regulations, the ability to get to the Clarity Act, the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, and the Genius Act. They're all coming through. As we heard, the White House cut some deals overnight, and that's really driving the run to Bitcoin. And then the other piece is we're hoping interest rates do come down, and when they do come down, what it does is create a devaluation of the dollar, meaning people are going to go to growth assets and actually risk on activity.
We are in the age of digital assets. Now, the market looks really, really good, but I gotta stop you here. Like I said on my TikTok, and make sure you go follow me on TikTok. I'm doing crypto shorts, dropping alpha on TikTok. I'm back on alpha on TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok, Crypto Millie Alpha. But as I said on my TikTok video, we still in QT. All right, we still in QT, but I want to talk about a few developments and catalysts that can lead us in one of the greatest altcoin seasons of all time. So if you like these type of videos, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithms. Let's talk about the Total 3, because the Total 3 has printed our legendary ultimate RSI cross, and it's a good chance that this is a pretty nice rally, because we got one back here in October. It wasn't altcoin season because we didn't get that Bitcoin dominance, and we're still in QT, but we had a nice rally. Now, the last time we had an altcoin season here, you can see once we got that stock RSI cross on the Lux algo, and we crossed back above the 50 and the 21-day moving average, right? I believe it was like a golden cross there. It looks like it was a golden cross. Yeah, it was a golden cross, right? 21 over 51 day golden cross plus the Lux algo ultimate RSI led us into a astronomical altcoin season, right? And we don't have enough information in the ICO boom, which we'll talk about that later in the video. So now if we can get right, well, we got the cross here, so I don't know if we're going to get it here again because the 21 day is already above the 50, but that's not neither here or there. The point is we have a few catalysts that can really take crypto to the last level. Now, I want to make it clear, this could be the last leg of the 4-year cycle. I want to make that very, very clear, y'all. But I want to talk about the altcoin season Q4 probability. Now, my model has been saying 8 out of 10, right? But now it's 8.5 out of 10, and we're going to get into exactly why it's saying this, right? So these are the regulatory catalysts. Clarity Act 2025. We're in crypto week. These acts here have been passed along. So they're not like approved, right? But they've made it to the next step. They've made it to the next step. A lot of people didn't think it was going to get there. I think the votes was like 215 to 211 on the Clarity or the Genius, one of them. Anyway, we just got something else here, which was the mortgage crypto bill. So you could see here that the bill introduced by Congress requiring lenders to consider crypto holdings when applying for a mortgage. This is the ultimate adoption and gateway portal of onboarding regular people into crypto, because when you get into that area where you feel so normal about spending your crypto on stuff like your mortgage, and it feels like everyday life, guys, they are slowly rolling crypto into our everyday lives and no one's talking about it. And it's people's going to wake up, and I don't want to be one of those people. And that's why I'm here every day checking in. But a lot of people are going to wake up and this shit going to start moving. You can see some of the top gainers on the altcoin, strong altcoin momentum with multiple tokens showing 20% gains, indicating early rotational signs, right? And you can say Ethereum on the 30-day has started to perform. I need to check out the Ethereum, the ETH BTC chart, and just see if we get in some action here on the ETH BTC chart. Let me know in the comments what your favorite chart to look at for altcoin season is, and I would like to know what your favorite indicator is. I love to know. Y'all be putting me on to some stuff. I know one guy had put me on the Bollinger Band and the Ichimoku Cloud, right? But anyway, we still not over the 50-day moving average just yet, but we got an ultimate RSI cross on the ETH BTC. So as long as we can get some action from Solana and ETH, I think that there's a good chance that those ecosystems, and even Tau, because we're starting to see a lot of adoption from Tau, from an institutional standpoint. Look at all the things that Grayscale and Yuma Group is doing, the partnership and the possible integration of subnets on crypto.com. This is all huge. Now, risk factors, regulatory timeline risk. Senate may modify the Clarity Act, creating negotiation that delays. Timeline could extend beyond Q4. So this stuff does take time. Think about the XRP case. Fed policy uncertainty. Tariff-driven inflation could delay rate cuts or force hawkish stance. Market currently pricing in cuts that may not materialize. Now, this is huge because the reason that Powell said he ain't cutting the rates is because he feel like Trump has them tariffs up. The Bitcoin dominance is also starting to fall, but it is elevated. So you want to make, it can easily get rejected as support and continue to go higher, right? And that'll be inverted against altcoins because it'll be capturing some of that liquidity from your favorite altcoins. So then altcoins will pretty much reverse and continue to go down to the depths, the core of the earth. So Federal Reserve policy, rate cut expectations. JP Morgan forecasts 2 cuts by Q3. CME Watch shows 95% probability for near-term cuts. It's pricing in 2. It was 3, but things change. Liquidity impact. Lower rates historically drive capital into risk assets. Crypto benefits from increased liquidity, seeking higher yields than traditional bonds. And then again, tariff uncertainty. Fed policy complicated by Trump tariff policies, but crypto often benefits from dollar weakness and inflation hedging demand. So a lot of people do run to crypto as an opportunity to make money when they see things tightening, right? Because crypto is awarding a lot of people opportunity. So this altcoin season probability is based on comprehensive macro analysis and market catalysts. And again, this is unprecedented. The fact that they're talking now, and to be clear, they've been talking about letting people pay their taxes with crypto. But now, right, we're talking about mortgage. I mean, certain places you can go buy a Porsche and Lamborghini with your crypto. So like, think about where crypto was in 2021, 2022, even 2023, and think about where it's at now and some of the new laws that's coming out and some of the things that's pro crypto. And then the fact that the president himself has a meme coin. These are all things that kind of solidify in the direction that crypto is going, right? So let's talk about the conviction of this framework, right? There's an 8 out of 10 conviction to the catalyst that we have on the way. And I've done extensive research, right, on these catalysts and even compared them to historical patterns, right? So check this out. This is huge. In 2017, we had the ICO boom, which was here. All right. Let me go back to the total 3 so I can show you guys based on video. And I'm going to try to hurry up with this video. I don't want to make it too long, right? But you can see here, you can see in 2017, right? This was the ICO boom. You see how crazy that run was, the ICO boom, bam. And then, the ICO boom was led by loose monetary policy equaling 10x to 100x gains. In 2021, we had Fed QE, regulatory clarity speculation, and a massive DeFi and Layer 1 rally, right? Which had an altcoin season. Now, the 2025 setup is like they run in the same playbook. Regulatory certainty, Fed easing, end of QT, Fed cut, similar catalyst, more mature ecosystem, right? So this is what you want to pay attention to. Current setup mirrors historical altcoin season catalyst, but with stronger institutional infrastructure. So all this stuff is like history repeating itself, right? The mortgage crypto holdings bill, never seen that happen in the history of history. We had a little bit of support from the Democrats. That's actually bullish because they were the main people against it. And then a lot of institutions preparing their balance sheets by adding some altcoins to their treasury. Stuff like Tau, ETH, not just Bitcoin. So now we're seeing the Wall Street adding this stuff to their portfolios. The macroeconomic logic chain, Fed rate cuts, regulatory clarity, Bitcoin dominance, and then strong fundamentals. And what are we seeing? We're seeing strong fundamentals from stuff like Pump, seeing them on board a lot of retail. We're seeing AI, Tau. We're seeing Solana, like the casino aspect. We're seeing ETH, institutional interest, Bitcoin. So it's happening, guys. It's really, really happening. And the one thing I want you to pay attention is the historical pattern that we've seen from previous altcoins. And it seems like we are preparing the perfect runway to lift off and have altcoin season, right? A lot of this stuff that's happening actually rivals what happened in previous altcoin season. So guys, let me know what you think. If you want to know more about Tau subnets, I'll be dropping some subnets, or join the council, where every 3 hours I think that we have a bot running that's updating you on the volume and sentiment of some of these subnets. These are some of the ones that are pretty good subnets in my opinion. Subnet 64, 56, 68. Ridges is good. Ready. All of these are nice, right? But you got to do your research. It's only 128. I don't want to make this video per se about it. I'll do a separate video for subnets. I actually own Hippias, by the way. But at the end of the day, I think that subnet summer will happen, and it's important. And if you playing around in these ecosystems, learn everything about them. There's no point in like buying a native token of a layer 1 if you're not going to take a deep dive in its ecosystem. So guys, let me know what you think about this mortgage bill. Let me know what you think about the Genius Act, the Clarity Act. What is all of this mumbo jumbo jargon? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.